Hello, students. How are you today? You're fine? You're excellent? You're okay? That's great. Well, student, it's a pleasure to have here today with you. Welcome to our English class. Today is May 4th, 2021. There are 4 students in this class who are Diana, Carla, Michael, and Jake. Let's going to start. Before introducing the main topic, I invite you to watch the following video. Wait a minute. Let me share the sound.
Where station in a travel agency is conditional.
How can I help you today?
Well, dear students, pay attention, please. Listen, please. Pay attention. Okay.
I want to go on vacation soon, but I don't know where I should go. Do you have any suggestions?
What type of weather do you like?
I want to go somewhere warm.
If you like warm weather, you'll like Florida or California.
I've already been to Florida. What can I do in California?
If you go to California, you'll be able to go to beaches, surf, and visit some great cities.
That sounds great. How long does it take to travel there?
If you go by plane, it will take about 6 hours.
Let's book a flight. We use first conditional sentences to talk about real conditions and future effects. In these sentences, there is a conditional clause that starts with if and a result clause. We use the simple present tense in the conditional clause and the future tense in the result clause. If you visit New York City, you will see tall buildings. If I get to the airport on time, I won't miss my flight. If you take a vacation in the future, where will you go? What will you do there? This is American English. Thank you for watching.
Well, students, now,
Where do you like?
after you watch the video, please, students, I ask some questions about it. What do you see in the video? Okay. A conversation, a person who wants to travel, okay. What else? Oh, you listen also that we're going to learn about the first conditional. Yes. Okay. Clauses, okay. The future will again, you can see that. And also the simple present, okay. But what about the conversation? She wants to travel, okay. And the person who was talking gives several recommendations to travel, okay. That's great, students. Well, students, the objective for today, students, you are going to be able to identify the things which might happen in the future through a class debate. Additionally, you are going to recognize the possible results through reading a general information, and finally, express your own ideas to show results through a conversation. Let's going to start the first conditional. First, dear students, before to explain this sentence, I want to mention that the first conditional have two clauses, the simple present and the future. The first conditional is used to talk about things which might happen in the future. Of course, we can't know what will happen in the future, but this describes possible things which could easily come true. For example, here in this sentence, I have money. If I have money, This is the if clause, and I will buy a new cell phone, the main clause. The first conditional is by two clauses, if clause and main clause. Okay? If. As you can see here, the if clause is if plus the simple present. Also, the first sentence is divided with a comma, and then the main clause is in future tense with the auxiliary will. If I have money, I will buy a new cell phone. This is the cause and the result. As I mentioned before, the first conditional is to show possible results in the future, okay? In that example, the possible result will be that I will buy a new cell phone. Then it is important to take into account that we can change the main clause and in the first place and the if clause in the second place. If it is possible, I will buy a new cell phone. In that case, you don't use the comma. The if is in the middle. If I have money. I will buy my new cell phone is the main clause. If I have money, the second clause. As you can see here, the two options are correct, are grammatically correct. It is no problem. You can do that. You can write in this way and the another way. Now, students, remember that in this lesson, you are going to learn the first conditional positive and negative in the two forms. First, when you want to write the if clause first, for example, here, as I mentioned, if we miss the train, don't forget the comma. When you start with the if, the comma is in the middle. We will catch the next one. And if you want to change that, if you want to start with we will catch the next one if we miss the train. Look at the second part. We're going to change we will catch the next one in the first place. And if we miss the train in the second place, and we eliminate the comma because the if is in the middle. Okay? Now, if she makes her own website, as you can see here, the if clause is if plus simple present. Don't forget for the third person, he, she, it, the verbs add s, es, s. It depends on the verb. For example, make, makes, the simple present. If she makes her own website, that's great. You remember the simple present. That's great. Comma, she will post her nice videos. As you can see here, in the future, the verb doesn't change. Will post. The verb is the same. Okay? Now we change the position. First, the main clause. She will post her nice videos if she makes her own website. That's great. Excellent. And the last one in negative form, if you want to make a sentence in negative form, if no one watched my video, I want to be famous. Now we change the position of the clause. I want to be famous if no one watched my video. That's excellent. Now, my dear students, in order that you understand this structure, I want to ask you an example about that. Tell me an example. Think quickly. Don't worry if you feel that your sentence is not okay. Don't worry. Okay. Please think in a sentence and then tell me your example, okay? Then we'll continue practice. In the other activity, we'll continue practice, okay? Now, please, Michael, are you ready? Now tell me, if we study, okay. If we study English, okay. Wait a minute. We what? Tell me. We will pass the final exam. Excellent. That's excellent. I believe that you will pass the final exam because you create a sentence very well. Now another example. Please, Jake, in the position of this sentence. Excellent. We will pass the final exam. Excellent. If we study English. Now, students, for Diana and Carla, create a sentence using the third person in the if clause. You can do that? Don't worry. Okay? Like, Carla, please give me the sentence. If she, okay, has excellent. If she has money, you remember the simple present. That's great. She will. What happened if she has money? What happened? She will buy. That's great. She will buy a new cell phone. Now the last one, please, Carla. Okay, Diana. Change the position of the sentence. Okay, she will buy. Okay, excellent. Let me. Wait. Cell phone. Tell me. Okay, yeah. If excellent. Now, your students, these are your examples about. Wait a minute. Let me check your answers. If we study English, we will pass the final exam. We will pass the final exam if we study English. Okay. If she has money, she will buy a new cell phone. She will buy a new cell phone if she has money. Excellent, dear students. You understand this, how to make sentences using the first conditional. Now, dear students, we'll continue working with the structure. Wait a minute. The first conditional to make questions. You can use here, you use WH word. Don't forget what, where, when, how. Will, subject plus infinitive. This is in the main clause. And the if clause, the simple present. And don't forget to write the question mark, okay? For example, what will you do? What will you do? As you can hear, what is the WH word. Will, the auxiliary, do the subject, do the verb. If you have a website, what will you do if you have a website? Diana, okay. What will you do? If you have a website, you will post interesting things. That's okay. That's excellent answer. Now the next, where will you go if you take a vacation? Michael. If you take a vacation, you will go to California. Excellent. Now, Carla, what will you post if you have a website in the future? If you have a website in the future, you will post different videos. That's excellent. Now, dear students, in order to practice, look at the structure here. Don't forget WH word, the main clause, if, and the if clause, okay? The simple present. Now, dear students, please create a question. Please create And please let me your examples in order to write here, okay? It is not a problem if you use the information that you use when you give the example of a sentence. It is not a problem, okay? Now, Jake, please give me your example. What, okay, will she do if she have money? That's great, that's excellent. What will she do if she have money? What will she do? If she have money, if she has money, she will buy a car. That's a good answer, Diana. Excellent. Okay, you make an excellent question. Now, please, Michael, ask the question and Carla, please answer the question, okay? Michael, when will you go? When what? Ah, okay, you say where. You say where will you go if you have, okay, if you have what? Oh, okay. Where will you go if you have a lot of money? Carla, please answer. Okay, if you have a lot of money, you will go to Paris. That's great, excellent. Now, I know that you understand the structure for the first conditional, and don't forget that the first conditional have the main clause and the if clause, or vice versa. Now, additionally, the first conditional is used to talk about possible results, to show possible results for the future events. Now, dear students, in order to practice, we are going to the, wait a minute, we are going to the quizzes game, okay? Please, you can use your cell phone or your computer, it is not a problem. You can use, for this activity, I'm going to give you a code. And in that class, I want to that one of you share your computer, your computer screen in order to show in what activity you are working, okay? A volunteer that share the screen of the computer. Wait a minute. The code is 378-713. Please, Carla, can you share your screen? Yes or no? Yes, okay, Carla, share your screen. Now, Carla is enter the code, okay? In order to practice. Okay. Carla is enter the code here, right? Her name, Carla, and let's going to start. Now, and I can see here, I'm waiting for all students enter. I don't know what happened with the internet, sorry. Wait a minute, wait a minute. The internet don't work well. Wait a minute. Okay. Now Carla, Jake, Michael, and Diana. Start with the game, please. Now, Diana, please share your screen. That's correct, Carla. What will you do if you have a website? Excellent, Carla. Now the next. What happened here? The next. Okay, if it's red, we will cancel the event. If I have time, I will help you. Excellent. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute, dear students. Now, dear students, wait a minute. The game is updating. Now, in this activity, you practice about the first conditional, okay? And I can see that all students work very well. For example, Carla is in the first place, Jake in the second place, and Diana and Michael in the third place. You answer all the questions well here. If I go to Paris the next month for work, I will visit excellent the Eiffel Tower. If I have time, I will help you. If it rains, we will cancel the trip. If I win the competition, I will donate half of the prize money to charity. You will get a better job if you can speak English. What will you do if you have a website? That's excellent. You can recognize the structure. That's great. In sentences and questions. That's excellent. Now, dear students, in order to practice more about that, wait a minute. In order to practice, please, we'll continue working with the next activity. Now, we're going to work in the worksheet number 1. We're going to work in pairs in a conversation, okay? Now, students, work in pair. Let me check the worksheets here. Wait a minute. Now, in activity number 1, said work with a partner, ask and answer the question with ideas below, or your own ideas. As I mentioned, you can use these ideas or your own ideas. For example, the first pair is Diane and Michael, and the second pair is Carla and Jake. For example, Michael asked a question, what will you post if you have a website in the future? And Diana answered, if I have a website, I will post funny videos, okay? Now let's going to start practice. Use this information on your own information. It is not a problem. You have few minutes for work, okay? I think that 5 minutes is okay. If you finish before, please let me know. If you finish before, please let me know. Take your time. Take your time, dear students. Don't worry. Take your time. Diana and Michael finish, okay? Wait for the other pair, okay? Now Carla and Jake finish, okay? Now, dear students, please share your ideas. Don't write, just talk. You don't need to write here, just talk, okay? Okay. First, Diana and Michael. Start, please. Okay. Diana, Michael asked a question, okay? Michael said to Diana, what will she do if she buy a computer in the future? Diana answered, okay, Diana answered, if she buy a computer in the future, she will design computer programs. Excellent. Now, please, Carla and Jake. Carla asked the question to Jake. Okay. Carla asked the question. What will you post if you make a website in the future? Okay. Okay. Carla said to Jake, what will he post if he have a website in the future? Okay. Answer please, Michael. Well, Michael mentioned that if he has a website in the future, he will post videos and tips to teach others. That's great. Excellent, students. Now, I send you these worksheets through email in order to complete this part of the activity, okay? That you write more questions about this using the first conditional. Now, dear students, let me check what is the next activity. The next activity is a worksheet number 2. This worksheet is about the first conditional. In this activity, you should complete the whole sentences. In this part, you have 5 minutes. I think that is okay, 5 or 8 minutes to work in this activity. Put the verb into the correct first conditional form. Okay? Look carefully, dear students, and complete. Complete. Take your time. Don't worry. Take your time. Take your time, dear students. Please don't forget that you have to work alone. Okay? Take your time. Don't worry. This activity is too easy, said Carla. Michael too said. And also Jake and Diana say that this activity is too easy for them. If you finish before, please let me know, okay? Did you finish, dear students? Okay. You have 1 minute more, no problem. Now, dear students, did you finish? Yes. Well, as all students finish with this activity, I'm going to check the answers in order to correct any mistake, okay? But please share your idea with me, Diana. If I go out tonight, I will go to the cinema. Excellent, Diana. Now the next, Carla, tell me the answer. If you get back late, I will be angry. Now please, Michael, give me the answer. If he, excellent, comes the third person, I will be surprised. Excellent. The next, if we wait here, okay, we will be late. Excellent. If we eat all this cake, we, excellent, will feel. That's excellent. I'm so happy because you understand all the grammar structure and also you can make a simple conversation and complete the sentences. What? A question. Look at. Okay, what will you, okay, what will you do If you have a car in the future, excellent students. As according you send me, the answers are correct. All the answers are correct, dear students. Now, we're continue with the next part, your students. The topic for today was about the first conditional, okay? And don't forget that the first conditional is used to show results or possible results of the future actions. Okay, in the first conditional, we have two clauses. Wait a minute, two clauses. The if clause, that is if plus present, and the main clause, that is the future. Will plus verb in infinitive and complement, as you can see here, simple present and future. I will pass my exam if I study. If we change the position of the class, if I study, I will pass my exams. Okay? And finally, don't forget that we use it to talk about possible situations and their consequences in the future. Well, students, I'm so happy today because you understood all the grammar structure. You can make conversation, you can read, you can complete with the correct form of the verb, you can choose the correct option, you can understood when do you use these, when you can use these things. And finally, I want to ask Diana, give me an example. That's great. If you study harder, you will pass the math exam. Excellent. Michael, okay. If you have your car, you will travel around the world. Excellent. Now, Carla or Michael maybe. Well, the students, I'm so happy because you understand everything. This is all for today. I pray that you enjoy this English class. This is all for today. Take care and bye-bye. See you in the next class. Bye-bye. Take care a lot. And don't forget, practice at home.